Batoda, Javier.
Bakasha, it's my pleasure. Um, so they're used to singing for Hamelech, for example.
Oh, that I have. That. Oh, I'm sorry.
So the
I've got.
Shochenad,
Oh, there's a tune.
yeah, Shochenad, Marom, so they're used to that one.
Jackie. Oh, I love that voice. Jackie gave me a, what do you call it? Jackie does that all the time. That's perfect. Yeah. Anything?
Okay,
Is there anything particular to any of the specific PU team for Yom Kippur?
so let me get to the routine.
You know, like Va'ani Tfilati, or Adonai Adonai Al Rachum V'Chanun.
Okay, so Vani Tefilati is Vani Tefilati, Lecha Adonai et Ratzon, Elohim ברוב חסדך, ענני, ענני, באמת אישך. 3 times.
Perfect. I like that one. And Adonai Adonai.
So Adonai Adonai, they sing it a little bit differently. I'll sing you the one that I usually do. When I would sing it, at one point we would clash. I never 100% figured it out, but it's basically the Adonai, Adonai, El Rachum Lechanun, Erech Apayim, V'Rav Chesed V'Emet, Notzer Chesed La'arachim, Nose Avon V'Fesha. They go up.
Toda Rabah.
Okay, so then.
Is there a particular Zochreinu melody, the Zochreinu L'chaim and Musaf?
Yes. Which one do they do? I'm confusing with Kula's one.
Or is there any of the melodies of, let's see.
זוכרנו לחיים, מלך חפץ בחיים, וכותבנו בספר החיים, וכותבנו בספר החיים, למען אלוהים חיים.
Pretty, very pretty.
That's the one that they do.
Great. That one sounds familiar.
Okay. I would do it 2 or 3 times because people like joining in for that one. Kula told me, do it once because we're on a tight schedule for services. I said, Kula, don't bother me. This one, I want people to sing with me. So,
nice.
So,
very.
Yeah.
Cantors, sometimes we got to lay down the cantorial law.
Yes, exactly.
We know that we want the kahal to join. So, if it's singable, if it's beautiful, why not do it again?
That's the whole idea. Then the Mechalkel Chaim Bechesed that they do for Shabbat, they also like it for high holidays. Yeah, exactly. They really join in for that one.
Yeah.
Okay, so Elna. Ata Eloheinu b'shamayim u'ba'aretz. Do you remember that one?
Yeah.
So this is still Farid. I used the music that I knew from El Adon. I think it's Karlibach, but I'm not sure. Elna ata Eloheinu b'shamayim u'ba'aretz gibor v'naratz da'agul merpapa u'sachvayehi tetziva v'nibra u'zikro la'netzach ha'ay olamim Ehoreinaim Yosef Seter Kitro Yeshua La-da-da-ya-da-da
What happens after the ya-da-da, da-da-da?
They were joining ya-da-da-da-da.
Oh, the same melody. That's beautiful.
Yeah, it's it's probably Karliva.
I love the resonance in your voice, man. It's very, very dope.
I should have spent a few years training the voice. I actually never did.
You're a young man.
Yeah.
Nothing is stopping you from taking it to the next level. I got a great teacher for you.
Here in New York,
Skype LA.
does it work?
Does what work?
Skype for singing lessons?
Yeah.
Don't you have to have that person next to you? See the? I mean, no. You don't need to have more.
This woman is a giant. She spent her life in opera and cantorial singing.
Yeah.
She knows how to take a voice to the next level. Your voice is beautiful. It's free. It rides on the air. It's resonant.
Thank you.
It's very pretty, man. Very pretty.
Adonai Melech. This one I brought from Argentina. I don't know who composed it, but it's a nice piece. Adonai Melech, Adonai Malach, Adonai Mlecholem Va'ed. Adonai Melech, Adonai Malach, Adonai Mlecholem Va'ed. So it's twice, and then the words will be Kol Sinei Shatak Be'ometz Madirim, Adonai Melech. כל סוכני שקט דברך מברכים, אדוני מלך. אלו ואלו בקרוב המגיבים, אדוני ימלוך, אדוני מלך, אדוני מלך, אדוני מלך עולם ועד, אדוני מלך, אדוני מלך, אדוני מלך עולם ועד. Do another one just in case?
No, we are perfectly kosher. By the way, if I told you how many times Sam and Jeffrey tried to recreate that for me but lost it, I was like, I said, can you do it again, please? I almost got it. And you were just barur. This is manna from heaven. This is like the answers to the quiz. Like, here's the real answer.
I totally get what you're saying. Sometimes I wish I knew the person before me there to do the same thing. Yeah, completely. Okay, Le'el Orech Din. This is a beautiful one. I used another Karl Levach melody, which I'm sure you know. Le'el Orech Din, Leboche Lebabot Beyom Din, Legole Amukot Badin, לדובר ישרים ביום דין, להוגה דעות בדין, לוותיק ועושה כסף ביום דין, לזוכר בריתו בדין, לחומל מעשה ביום דין. Half a tone each time, it keeps going higher and higher. It's just
that is so cool. I like that.
Yeah. Jeffrey, when we arrived to this one, he would always close his eyes and he would bang and he would la da 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 da. It's a very powerful one.
Thank you.
Okay, so those are 15. Well, I assume they explain this too, because I think here in the conservative movement many synagogues don't do it, but you know there that they expect the Shliach Tzibur to do the repetition after the congregation, right? Kadosh, Kadosh, Kadosh. After them, you repeat it. I don't know if you're used to doing it that way or not, but they ask me to do it that way.
That's good to know.
And then the Ledor Vador that they enjoy from Musaf. Ledor Vador, Ledor Vador, Ledor Vador, Ledor Vador Nagi Kotlecha, Ledor Vador, Ledor. Yeah, okay, perfect. Saying that.
Yep, that's my boy Zim. Solly Zim.
Solly Zim, yeah. Okay. What else do I have here that might be interesting?
By the way, when you daven the Uvechein paragraphs, or I'm so curious, like sometimes, what was it, during Rosh Hashanah, Jeffrey was like, can you move the pace? So do you have like a particular,
dav? For Uvechein, I do.
Or, yeah, I'm curious about that.
Okay, so for Uvechein, again, brought it from Argentina, it goes pretty fast. ובכן, תן פחדך אדוננו על כל מעשיך, ואימתך על כל מה שבראת, ויראוך כל המעשים וישתחוו לפניך כל הבדואים, ויעשו כולם אגודה אחת, לעשות רצונך בלבב שלם, כמו שידענו אדוני נששתנו לפניך, עוז בידך וגבורה בימינך, ושמך נורא על כל מה שבראת, ובכן.
I just love your coloratura, baby. They're like little sparkles of light when you start to run around that. I mean, like, what is that? That is so dope. I love that. And by the way, I love the nusach. It's just like clean. It's so clean. It's like so beautiful.
Yeah. Well, that's specifically for Ubechen until the last one. Kadosh ata v'nadash mechmenu mibaladecha ka'kartuv v'gvar v'nesod b'mishpat ולקדוש נקדש והצדקה, ברוך אתה אדוני המלך הקדוש. The nusach I use for general davening, for shacharit, אתה בחרתנו מכל העמים, אהבת אותנו ורצית בנו ורומתנו מכלל לשונות, וקידשנו במצוותיך, וקרבתנו מלכנו לעבודתך, ושמך גדול וקדוש עלינו. קהלת, ותיתן לנו אדוננו באהבה, את יום הזיכרון הזה, יום תרועה, מקרא קודש שחר יציאת מצרים. That's what I would use for shacharit. Sometimes, because they don't skip one page, so I would go really fast on many of the nusach parts, because otherwise you'll never make it on time.
So basically, after the uvechein paragraphs, you just fly with that nusach.
In shacharit, I'm a bit more tired. There's less people. I take it easier. On Musaf, yes. There are parts of Musaf, especially in Yom Kippur, when they talk about the Kohen Gadol and when they do the whole El Eskera and all that stuff. I fly. I fly, literally. Fly.
Using this nusach.
Yes. I don't know another one for El Eskera, all that, so I would use the same one. Yeah. Eloheinu v'le'avoteinu מלוך על כל העולם כולו בכבודך, ונס על כל הארץ ביקרך, וכבהדר גאונוזך, על כל יושבי תבל ארצך, וידע כל פעול בו אתה תעתו, ויבין כל יצורך ויצרתו, ויאמר כל אשר נשנו באפו, אדוני אלוהי ישראל מלך, ומלכותו בכל משלה, אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו. You know that one, right?
That's the one that Sam cracks open in Musaf,
yes.
Right?
Exactly. So I don't do it on shacharit, but on high holidays, I feel that if they're very tired, so I punch them with that one, and that wakes them up. So I would use it anyway.
Nice.
You know, Mark Kula, very interesting. He told me for him it's very important to keep the nusach of shacharit as shacharit and musaf as musaf because it creates this identity for each service. And I thought it was very. I mean, he has a point. When I look at the congregation, I see they're a bit tired. I still wanted to punch them and wake them up and make them sing. So I sometimes would, divert. But I understood what he said very clearly. I never thought about it that way.
Huh.
For him, it was very important to strictly keep. He's a real trained cantor. So
yeah,
I get that.
Yeah, I love the idea behind that. That there's integrity in portions of the service. That you want to create a particular ethos, a feeling around that particular part of the service. So it, if you're looking at the service as an organic evolution that starts in the morning and moves to the afternoon, and each part has its own identity, then there's power in what each one can bring to that overall arc.
So I sang a Chatzi Kaddish with the normal Yittadal V'Yittadashem for Shabbat services when I went there for Musaf. And he says, no, for Musaf I want it to be in major. He said, I don't know a Chatzi Kaddish in major. Okay, I'll teach you. Because the Amidah is in major, it's not in minor. The Shacharit one is in minor.
Yeah.
So I wanted it to be in major. Why? He said, well, if I sing to you, you're not going to think about Hanukkah. You're going to think about high holidays.
Yeah.
Same thing with the Nusach. So he had a real good point there.
Yeah, someone described it saying you wouldn't use the rules of football if you were playing baseball.
There you go. Exactly. Okay, Avinu Malkeinu, the spiel there at the Masorti service is every line you say and they repeat. You say they repeat every single line.
Do you have a particular mode in which you chant?
The Avinu Malkeinu I do, but at Emmanuel I change it. So I do Avinu Malkeinu Chatanu Lefanecha Avinu Malkeinu Anu Melech Elata Seiman Man Shemecha Avinu Malkeinu Chadasha Leinu Shana Tova.
Yeah, Slicha mode.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And people repeat it after you, so that's very straightforward. Kaddish Shalem. Okay, Torah service. They like to do their Shabbat one there, the Torah service. I did my own Argentinian brought version for En Kamocha, but for Abba Rachamim I would change back to Abba Rachamim. So I'd go back to what they know. Adonai, Adonai, okay. The same one that we did for Adonai, Adonai. I don't know another version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Exactly. And then before Vani Tfilati that you asked me before, they do Ihiu L'Ratzon. Ihiu L'Ratzon Imrei Pi V'Hegion Libi Lefanecha Adonai Tzuri V'Goali Vani Tefilati. They are not a chetz, the typical version. Shema and Echad Eloheinu for high holidays. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. So I learned that at Emmanuel. I didn't know that one before. And then for, when the Torah is walking around, I would ask them for a little bit of help, but I would sing all these, Reveinu Shalom Aleichem, David Melech Israel, Torah Adonai Temima songs, because you can't stay with just Lecha Adonai for 10 minutes. So I would do all that potpourri, as you say in Spanish and in French.
A little potpourri, yes. A smorgasbord.
Exactly. Bracha L'Shalom Medina, I would do the also Solzim one for after Torah. Yes. I just love that version. I just think it's superb.
Yeah. Me too.
And for me, it was a big. I'm sure they'll remember. I would always bring my little Israeli flag, and I would put it on the bima for the whole service, and a little medallion I had from my years of youth. So I had my two little things there. I would lead services with them the whole day.
Wow.
Yeah. My tokens. I brought it to Miami this year. Always my little flag and a little medallion from my youth.
These are your homies, man. You bring them along. They make your heart. They remind you, I guess, of what's important.
Yeah, and remember I told you when you're tired, if you're not tired, you can always do a bit more. That's the message. If you're getting tired, you're not tired. Tired are people that don't have anything to eat. They're really tired and hungry. So you can still do more and be stronger, and so that's why I have them there.
That I like. You know how to reignite the flame inside you.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. I love that. That's like wow. Yeah. Okay, I don't want to stop you. That's great. Love that.
Okay. Min hametzar karatia anani b'markade. So here on page 119 for the first couple of tefillot, they have this whole min hametzar and I use that same melody. Kori shamati al ta'alem. Oh, sorry, wait. Kori shamati al ta'alem oznecha lervachati leshavati ראש פרחה עיניך ולעולם כל מחפצותיך ערב עבדך, etc. etc. So I would use the same melody there because they already know it. תקיעת שופר, אשרי יושבי ביתך, עוד אלוך הסלע, אשרי העם שככה לו, אשרי העם שולם, תהילה לדבר עמך לא היה מלך, אברך שמך גם ועד.
Yeah, the Andims Mirov
Exactly. הכנסת התורה, they have two different versions of Etz Chaim Hi. Etz Chaim Hi, so that's one. And then you know Joel Nachman, I'm sure you met him already in the holidays. No? Maybe he was, I think he might. He has a beautiful voice. He sings an octave higher than everybody else. He's like kind of a weirdo singing, but his voice is just the best voice I've heard. And we ended up inviting him to do Mincha for Yom Kippur and also Mariv after Tiket Shofar. And sometimes he would daven a little bit on Shabbat mornings because he walks. He was Orthodox, but he married somebody that's not Jewish and is converting, so he kind of got kicked out and he comes to Emmanuel. And he has a beautiful Etz Chaim Hi.
Die, 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 die. Die, 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 die,
Yes,
die.
yeah. Da 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 da. Yeah, it's beautiful. Exactly.
Yeah, I love that one.
Okay. Then we go to I never saw somebody that blew the shofar during the silent Amidah that they do. That was interesting.
That's true. Gam Li.
Yeah. Okay, so the Hineni, then back to Chazarat Amidah. What's new here? Well, yeah, when Etane Tokef, I'm sure you have whatever you have is great.
Yeah, if when you daven the quick paragraphs, using this, do you use this something similar to that which you used in Shacharit?
Yes, same thing, same Musa.
Da 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 da.
But then when they're very long, I start just playing around. Yeah.
Nice, very nice.
Okay. בראש השנה יכתבו. No, wait. Actually, that's the one in Miami. בראש השנה יכתבו. Yom Som Kippur יכתבו. Yeah, perfect. You're right. That's the one they use.
Yeah, that was a new one I learned through Andrea.
Yeah. Okay.
Is there any tune for Kianu Amecha?
Kianu Amecha ve'ata Eloheinu Anu Amecha ve'ata Eloheinu Dai Dai Anu Amecha ve'ata. Yeah,
that's great. Is there a melody for Shema Kolenu? Or just davened?
No. Yes, there is. Before that, I have here Chamol El Maasecha, a melody by this guy Joel Nachman that I was telling you before. Gorgeous melody. Chamol El Maasecha, ותשמח במעשיך, ויאמרו לך חוסיך, בצדקך עמוסיך. And it goes back. Chamol El Maasecha, ותשמח במעשיך, ויאמרו לך חוסיך, בצדקך עמוסיך. בסדר? תשדון על כל מעשיך, כי מקדישך בקדושתך קידשת, יאי רי רי רי, נהל להודות. יאי רי 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 רי, תוקדש מלך, תוקדש אדון על כל מעשיך, כי מקדישך בקדושתך קידשת, יאי רי 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 רי, נהל להודות.
Oh,
So I skipped a few words I don't remember, but it's beautiful.
I love your voix mix, man. When you throw it up into the head, that is dope. I love that. But meanwhile, what a beautiful so lyrical.
That one I can actually send you because he sent it to me. I remembered his, so I asked him to send it to me a week before Shana for Miami. Beautiful.
Very kind to you. Thank you.
לכל מאמינים.
Yeah, which tune? Which tune? Yeah.
לכל מאמינים שהוא אל אמונה, הבוחן ובודק גנזי נסתרות. לכל מאמינים שהוא בוחן כליות, הגואל ממוות ופודה משחת. וכל מאמינים שהוא גואל חזק, האדם, etc.
Thank you.
The one that Kula likes, and that's the one I'm singing in Miami. You know that one, right?
No, let me hear the whole thing.
שהוא בוחן כליות, הגואל ממוות ופודה משחת. בכל מאמין, you know that.
Very Hasidic, right?
Very Hasidic. Yeah. It's a bit too long for Emmanuel, because in Emmanuel they do all of them until page 1. Like it's 4 pages of the Kol Maminim. The other one is a bit faster, so I think it's better to stick to the fast one. But
I agree.
Yeah.
Oh yes, this is another one of those tunes that they were like, get him to record it.
Yeah. I don't like this one particularly, but I think cantor George Mordecai recorded it. He's been singing it 25 years ago, and they stuck to that one. So. ויגידו באים צדקך, תדרשוך עמים לא ידעוך, והללוך כל אפסי ארץ, ויאמרו תמיד מגדל אדוני, ויזנחו את עצביהם, ויחפרו את פסיליהם. רי 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 רי
Yeah, it's the Yedid Nefesh.
Yes.
Very nice.
Actually, wait. How is the Yedid Nefesh?
Yedid Nefesh Avarada.
So the Yedid is the same. You're right, but the verses are a little bit different.
Correct. Yeah. Well, they're kissing cousins. They're very close.
Yes. Yeah, they are. Okay.
You're doing a mitzvah not only for the community, but for your thank you is the words I'm looking for. Thank you again. I know this is like late and it's time, so it's beautiful to hear you, and it's beautiful to inherit these tunes that I'll transcribe, and thank you.
You already said it more than once?
Well, I know what it means. I mean, I know I'm one of these guys like you're breathing, thank you. Okay. But the truth is, you're halfway across the world, and you're taking the time. So I won't say it again, but there it is.
Thank you. I appreciate the comment. After this, we have again the Ubechen, Svetimloch, Kadosh, Hata, Venrash, Nefram, Ibaladecha, we did before. And then we have a whole bunch of davening, which is where I would really, really run. Yeah, like really run. Literally at that speed. Because otherwise it takes hours. Pages and pages.
Yep.
If it's Shabbat, not Shabbat, we don't do it. Then Ochila Lael, I took it from, I think, one of the cantors at Emmanuel before. I don't like it very much. So what I did is, I have a Sephardic version of the Vayavor, before the Adonai Adonai, that my grandfather, Zichron Lebracha, used to sing, and my dad brought it, so I used that same melody for this. But I think it's better if I'll show it to you with that one instead.
Yeah.
Okay. What else? I was actually following Rosh Hashanah by accident instead of Yom Kippur, so let me go back to Yom Kippur.
Well, they're cousins.
Yeah.
Not a bad thing.
I don't want to skip that much. But we can hold. Why are we separated? Here we are. Sorry, Ken.
Sorry for working on my behalf. Yes, please be sorry. You've got to really stop that. That's really irritating. Thank you.
Yeah. Touche.
Well,
okay.
You're considerate.
This one, okay. For the Slichot section, I didn't have a melody for this song on page 260, so I used Dayain because it fits perfectly. אם טעינו לא תטענו, אם שתקנו לא תשלנו, אם רחקנו קרבנה, אם קרבנו לא תרחק. So I added one little part because I was listening.
That's great.
אם צעקנו לא תעלים, אם פשענו לא תפרע, אם עבינו לא תסתיר, אם שרנו לא תסור, ואם נקמנו לא תפתור, אם מרינו לא תמירנו, אם נצנו לא תימור, אם כחשנו לא תחלד. So people join in with the letter lie. That's very cute. And this is, this version you might like for that's the Sephardic one that I was looking for my grandfather. I can't do it at full level because I'm going to wake the whole building up, but it goes something like this. الملك يشيب על כיסא רחמים מתנהג בחסידות מוחל עוונות עמו מעביר ראשון מרבה מחילה לחטאים ומסליחה לפושעים עושה צדקות עם כל בשר ורוח לא חרעתם תגמול changes והורית לנו לומר 13 זכור לנו היום ברית 13 כמו שהודעת לענן מקדם כמו שכתוב and then it goes very Sephardic וירד אדוני וענן התייצב עמו שם ויקרא בשם אדוני ושם נאמר ויעבור אדוני על פניו Vayikra Adonai Adonai El Rachum.
Wow.
It's very, yeah, it's
Wow.
a great. I love that one.
That is so ethereal. That's like, and it just it's like mesmerizing, gorgeous.
Thank you. That's. I love that one.
Well, you could see it, man. You could see that. That's that's killer in your voice. That is just killer.
Yeah, cool. It's a pretty cool one. I was fighting with Kula because the choir sings that one at a service. I said, give me one. Just give me one of them. They don't have to do all three of them, so we're still bargaining for for that. He loves his choir. I mean, his wife runs it, so obviously he loves it.
Yeah, you don't want to go there.
Exactly.
But to use that same feeling for another text, oh, baby. That when you start to go up, it's beautiful. And that your grandfather taught you that, huh?
Well, my dad taught it to me through my grandfather. My grandfather was born in Turkey. He used to sing for high holidays, like me, at a Sephardic shul in Argentina. So yeah, 3 generations already.
Wow. Do you have recordings of him?
When I was very little, I heard one recording. He had this very high-pitched voice. If I'm a tenor, he was even higher. Beautiful. Very Sephardic. My dad also has a very Sephardic voice, but I think my grandpa was. Unfortunately, he got very sick when I was a little kid, so I didn't even... He was living in Israel. I never saw him as a healthy person. He had a stroke when I was born, so I never actually saw him sing, but apparently he had an amazing voice.
Where did you learn? Where did you learn how to sing the way you do?
I didn't. I just went to services.
It's beautiful. You sound gorgeous. Your whole sound is just based on air and space. It's gorgeous. Love it, man.
It's an air and space.
So, some people like myself.
Yeah.
Pretty voices, but for many years, I say that with humility. You either have a pretty voice or you don't. But
Yeah.
what you do with it, some people muscle up with the tongue muscles, and then they force air. And you allow the air connected from below to just come up the back, an open throat, and naturally, sort of allow the body to find its natural, what do they call it? The autonomic nervous system, which adjusts normally to how much breath is necessary for which pitch. And you also open up the resonance, the space, here. So all of your resonance is behind your eyes.
Is that a good thing?
It's not a good thing, it's a great thing.
Yay!
You are, I don't know where you want to take your voice, but you're a young man, and you should definitely study with someone, if not this woman, because you're floating, nothing. It feels very free. The air is just coming up, and is not being held. There's very little held. That's why you can do that amazing coloratura that sounds like points of light. It's so buzzy. The resonance chambers that you're opening up in your head and the freedom of the air is giving you these overtones.
Isn't there a risk that if I professionalize it, I'll lose the spontaneity, or however you call it, and the freedom? Is there any risk of that happening?
Good question. So my experience tells me that great teachers take what you already have and shine more light on it.
Mm-hmm.
And know how to then give you more colors to choose from. Like a moment ago you said, I don't really want to open up because people are sleeping. I may wake them up. But in this system that she's starting to teach me, by giving not more air pressure, but by creating more space and requiring more effort down below,
Yeah.
to sort of, and keeping this open creates more sound, not forcing it. So what I hear is just, you're like freaking walking the dog, man. You're like, you could be doing anything, and it's just floating around in there. It's gorgeous. And I would really like to see you do different types of singing. I mean, I would love to hear you do, things that have this beautiful long vocal line. Like the one, Tu Madre.
No, I don't know.
Something with a really long line, because I'd love to
Yeah.
hear when I'm learning and I'm hitting it about 30-40%. There's a way to open the back of your throat to create, lifting the palate that creates more sound. And I would
Yeah.
love to see what you would do starting and then, letting it really kind of resonate. Maybe that's what you were talking about when opening it up. But with, rather than doing decorative things and fast runs, just a pure line that just soars. And so the short answer is, good teachers will not take you to a place where you lose your spontaneity. They'll find ways to give you more tools to create with.
It's always on the back of my mind. It's a longer conversation, but it's one of the options that I was always considering.
Beautiful, Matt. It sounds gorgeous.
You asked me about Shma Koleinu or another one before.
Any tune you have. I mean, it doesn't have to be specific.
Okay, so Shma Koleinu, the one that I would sing, they do. Okay, so they do 1 and 1. They repeat each line. So I would still do a softer version. Shma Koleinu, Adonai Eloheinu, Usverachem Aleinu, Vekabel Verachamim Uberatson Et Tfilateinu. And then they will repeat. Hashivenu Adonai Elecha Venahashuva Chadesh Yameinu Bekedem.
Yeah.
Repeat. אל תשליכנו מלפניך ורוח קודשך, אל תיקח ממנו. Repeat. אל תשליכנו לזקנה, ככלות כוחנו, אל תעזבנו. Now we'll go back. השיבנו, because I wanted to sing it. So then some people who would join, others wouldn't. ונשובה, ונשובה.
Yep. I love that round. That's a beautiful round.
Yeah. So it's a round in itself? I never use it as a round.
Yeah, three different parts. First part, da 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 da. Second part, da 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 da. Third part, ya da 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 ya da 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 da.
So they work as a round, all 3 parts.
If you get someone to obviously start from the start, you begin, and then as you go to the second part, they do the first part.
Yeah.
It's automatic.
Wow.
And
okay.
And 1, 2 da da dee da da dee, dee, like slower da da dee, da da. So what happens is as opposed to da 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 dee da da da, you slow it down, and then the layering of the different voices when they finally manifest is just stunning.
Yeah. Great. That's great to know.
Do you ever do any jams with Kula?
We didn't have any time to rehearse. We did that one.
Yeah.
That's the only one we managed to do together. Uh, but no, not yet. Hopefully, I think the Rosh Hashanah services went really well. So 10 board members came saying, we want you to come once a month or something like that because we don't have a cantor yet until we find somebody. So maybe that it might happen, might not happen. I don't know if they're going to be able to pay for it or not. I don't know what's going on.
Man. You inspired them.
Yeah, it was good. They're happy.
Well, why not? And they should be happy. Do you have? I'll just take a few more minutes, and then I won't say thank you. So I'll just say a few more minutes. But I mean thank you. Let me ask you, like, anything Yiskerish that pops out at you?
So I have my parents alive, and in my tradition, you don't stay for Yizkor, so I wouldn't even actually be there.
And do you do it?
I was never there.
Got it. And what about Hashem Hu HaElohim?
Okay.
Like the big ending at the end.
Yeah. Yes, I have one. Ashamnu.
Oh wait, now what am I thinking of? Shema Yisrael Adonai Elohim. Oh, Baruch Shem Kavod and Adonai Hu Elohim. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Do you do that melody?
Yes, I do. Sephardic Adonai Hu Elohim. They used to like it a lot. So what I do is this. Adonai Hu HaElohim. Adonai Hu HaElohim. 2. Adonai. And because I enjoy it, I would go half a tone each time.
I got you.
Adonai Hu HaElohim. Adonai Hu HaElohim. 3. Adonai Hu HaElohim.
Got it. That's very nice.
It's short and nice, and people can repeat it easily. So I would teach it once, and then, it's 14 times, so it's 7 times up.
That's beautiful.
Do you have any other one for Adonai Elohim that you use?
Well, the one that they taught me at the seminary goes, Adonai Hu HaElohim, Adonai Hu HaElohim, Adonai Hu HaElohim, Adonai Hu HaElohim, Adonai Hu HaElohim. Something like that. It kept building similarly, but I started from a major triad. Da 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 dee da dum, da 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 dee da dum, and it kept going on and on. It's printed. I'm trying to remember the. Do you have the outer print classics?
No.
It's it's a setting from like 300 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The Ashamnu that they do at Emanuel, did they? I mean, it's the typical. Ashamnu, Ashamnu. They repeat each word. Bagadnu, Bagadnu, Kazandi, Badnu, Dofi. Yeah.
Nice. You've given me more than I could ever imagine. But I have to tell you this. I look at the joy. I've been doing this for a while, and I look at the joy at your face about going through it and sharing it. I'm just, and I'm just happy you're a freaking cantor, bro. That's the shizzle right there. I mean, that's such a great thing. Look at the joy in which you have to share these beautiful melodies. I mean, no wonder, this is exactly what we need for the Jewish people. People who get up there and sing it like it's walking the dog, It's like, yeah, you want to learn some sacred Jewish melodies? And then it comes through you. It's so beautifully. Have you ever thought about if you are interested in the cantorate, there are different ways for you to get attached to the Cantors Assembly or the American Conference of Cantors, which are the two largest bodies of cantors in the world. So if you do have any interest at one point, I'll be more than happy to help prepare you to
What does that involve?
tests.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it goes. It's everything from Nusach HaTfilah, Jewish music history, Jewish history. But you seemingly are able to procure positions without doing much. So, you know, but the beauty of that is they have a placement service.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll gain, and plus you'll gain the connection to the professional body of cantors. I mean, you've served large congregations already.
Yeah.
That speaks to who you are and what you're capable of doing. You would also strengthen the American cantorate, the world cantorate. And that if you were looking for a position, rather than finding out, they would actually place you. And it probably would take a couple of years of you. I mean, I don't know your skill set or what you have information wise, but from what I hear today, and dinim, how many Torahs do we have on the Shabbos of Hanukkah? Stuff like that, or
Mm-hmm.
some of the names of Jewish. Maybe you'd have to study some of the names of the Jewish musical personalities in different centuries. But I mean, I don't know. You could have already. I mean, I'm just guessing.
No. I don't have that knowledge. When I studied at rabbinical seminary in Argentina, I studied more for the pleasure of studying than for a degree. So I did take some classes in the cantor, like 4 classes in cantorial school. I took Ta'ami Amikra. That's when how I professionalized my Torah reading, and I think 1 or 2 more classes. I don't even remember.
Do you know Marcello Ginlin?
Marcelo Jimin, yes, I do.
Well, I just trained him to get into the Cantors Assembly.
Really?
Yeah. Now he's in Malibu.
Yeah, I remember his first CD with the kids. Welcome to Malibu.
Yeah, I like the one that went, the one for the candle lighting. What was it? What was the melody? Welcome to Malibu. Yeah, I love that.
Exactly.
He had a beautiful nigun. Yada da 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 da. Yada da 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 da.
I remember he was the first person I knew that moved to that part of the country and Shabbat on the beach and all this beautiful. And if I remember correctly, a lot of the famous people would go to his shul, like actors from Friends and Spielberg, I think, and all those people were. So
that's what happens. I'm in LA for 9 years, and I get to see all the stars walking around. Do you know Gustavo Gitlin?
Him I know of. I don't know personally, like I do know Marcelo.
Very close with Gustavo. Do you know the cantors who are from Argentina up in Boston?
Do you remember the name?
Yeah. I see his face. I'm exhausted. I got up at 4:30. Let's see.
Why 4:30? That's like pre-morning minyan.
Yeah. I like to wake up early and then I get exhausted early. I do a lot of reading and singing and thinking in the morning. I'm not really sure off the top of my head, but I know a lot of the Argentinian contingent South American cantors.
Okay, so it's Gaston something, right?
That's one of them. No, it is. But Bogli.
It's with a B. Yeah, another guy. Another person I know of. I never actually met him. We're friends on Facebook, but we never met.
When he told me his story, and I spoke to him on Skype for 3 sessions, about 6 hours. He had a lot to share, and one of the things, and I'll leave you with this. One of the things I was inspired by as I am with you, is your connection to Israel. He spoke of how the community that he grew up with had such a tremendous consciousness of Israel, an awareness that was deeply embedded. And he talked about going to coliseums, thousands of Jews, and performing songs and dances, Israeli songs and dances.
Yeah.
Did you experience that?
My whole life. Yom Ha'atzmaut was a huge celebration. You know how here in New York you have the Israel parade? It sucks. The Israel parade is nothing more than a bunch of schools trying to show off how many students they have, or synagogues. There's no creativity. There's no imagination. There's nothing. We have less money. We're more corrupt. We're a much worse society in many ways. But we strive. We thrive as a creative group of people that can build magical things with nothing. And the Jewish community in Argentina is like that. If you go to a youth movement there, the madrichim are going to be a lot more knowledgeable, committed, and passionate about Jewish education than any other place in the world. I was a madrich for 10 years. 10 years. Not just going to camps. Every Saturday I had my group of kids. I would prepare the best possible activity, not aware of the fact that they might not get any other Jewish education in their lives because they wouldn't go to, many of them, to day schools. So that is what our Jewish community is like in Argentina. It's very, very strong and a lot of creativity. So what Gaston told you is exactly right.
You're on fire, man. You're on fire. It's inspiring me. If I wasn't so exhausted. There's a beautiful... that's what's missing in the synagogue. The creativity, the imagination. That's why I believe that more than any other professional, the chazan, who animates the spirit of creativity in the community, is needed now more than ever. Because of what we bring, remind people of the spirit of the Jewish people. Remind them of what's possible.
The problem is that, in theory, I agree with you. In practice, now that I'm experiencing more cantors, and because I'm going to different countries and exploring different synagogues, it became a performative role. It became a competition to the rabbi. It became a diva thing. I'm hearing stories about cantors all over the place that they don't want anybody else to sing but them, or they ask the rabbi not to sing. I would beg Jeffrey to sing with me because for two reasons. First, he's the rabbi of the synagogue and he has to sing the tefillah with me. I don't want him to shut up. I need him to sing. Secondly, the fact that he doesn't have a great voice is actually helpful because it encourages everybody else to also sing because they know if he can sing in front of everybody, then I can also sing. This is not a show. We are just vehicles to channel the emotions of our congregants. Our voice is but a channel, trigger. It's not a goal in itself. I understand that 100%. But I'm meeting with cantors or listening about stories, and they do exactly the opposite. So what the cantorial position has become is not what synagogues need. Actually, they need the opposite. They need a shaliach tzivur that loves to daven with the congregation. The cantors that can do that, and I totally feel that you are a person that loves doing that, even bringing their stories like you told me before, that's what's needed, not the cantors that show, perform.
Yeah. Well, the good news is, in my book, the numbers of those that are actually conduits as opposed to those who are serving their own egos are greater. And you're right. I think communities are... There's so much politics and so much ego in synagogues, power and wealth that get, aggrandized and reinforced, that we know that doesn't really do much in terms of building a community. It serves the individual, and it's short-lived at that. And so, you're right. we need those cantors that, you know, that can take people on an inspiring journey, and you know, and open their hearts to hopefully a powerful message that the rabbi will bring.
Exactly.
So you're right, and I'm sorry that the ones that you've experienced are not those. Unfortunately, you know, cantors are frail. They're human beings. They screw up, but a lot of the ones that I know, especially the ones my age, have seen a great change.
Yeah.
And the change was when the professionals back in the 60s and 70s were leading the service, and the people didn't have the education to participate, so they would sit there and everything would be downloaded. And they felt unempowered. And so they decided to pull back their own power, and they began to become the people telling the rabbis and the cantors what to do.
Mm-hmm.
And giving the rabbis and cantors the opportunity of teaching and empowering them so that they might see the beauty of the tradition and find ways in. But many of the older guard who knew that they were playing a role in downloading this to the others don't know how to facilitate empowerment, to get people to be a part of the moment.
Yeah.
And so it's a different model, and I'm glad that you embrace it and you recognize it in me, and I recognize it in many other cantors, and I think that it's being called for.
Okay, we're both tired, I think. I see your face.
Well, let me just reinforce this part of my face. Very happy. Thank you.
Right.
I am very happy, and I appreciate it so much.
Anytime, whatever you need, I'm happy to, if I have the means, to be able to help you, and I'll think about your suggestions. I mean, as I said, it's a longer conversation, but it's definitely something that is in the back of my mind, especially in this season of the year. It reappears.
And right back at you, you know, if I could help in any way. I used to run the cantorial school in New York, the Academy for Jewish Religion.
Okay.
And I've trained dozens of cantors and rabbis who have served in communities around the country. And I say that to you because if I could ever be a resource for you,
that's great.
Let me know.
Definitely, I will, definitely.
All right. So nice to meet you.
Chatima Tova, I'm sure you're going to have a very meaningful and inspirational opportunity to pray with the Emanuel Synagogue congregants. I miss them very much, and I know that they're in very good hands, so that makes me very happy.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And when I see some of the people that have mentioned you, I will tell them that you send them your love and that you miss them, because I feel that.
Please do.
All right. Tzom Kal and daven beautifully. Give my best to Mark and
I will. I will, and to Corinne as well. Bye bye.
Naim Od. Bye bye.